what can we do with evil in this world and evil even in our own heart and mind? Because it sometimes pops up, doesn't it? Well, let's look at Psalm 36. Psalm 36 has this amazing juxtaposition, here's a big word, between the evil of humanity, which seems to be like bottomless, versus the goodness of God, which has no ceiling. Transgression speaks to the wicked deep in his heart. There is no fear of God. There is this whispering sometimes in the heart, in the mind of people who reject God, that there are no rules and you can just do whatever you want. And it starts to talk to you and gives you these hints or lies. You've been treated really badly. That might be true. That was unright. That might be true. And then comes a lie. You have to fight for yourself. Nobody does care. And you start to think and believe that lie. And you start to construct a reality that is really harmful. There is no fear of God before his eyes. He flatters himself in his own eyes that his iniquity cannot be found out and hated. The words of his mouth are trouble and deceit. He has ceased to act wisely and do good. Well, there is a progression here, right? It says first that it's in his mind, then it's in his eyes, it's in his perception. His perception changes how he reads, how he talks. Then once his talk has changed, it's going to affect his actions. He plots trouble while on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not reject evil. When we look at horrendous things that humans have done in the past or just recent present, then sometimes we go like, how is that possible, right? But then what has emerged is we have studied people that have done horrible things like Columbine shooters, and their diaries have been found. And you can see that what they have been doing is rehearsing in their mind fantasies of violence, fantasies of destruction, and have been glorifying it over and over again until it became its own being even in their minds. And they have actually submitted to that. And that's verse 4, right? He plots trouble on while even on his bed. That's the reality of evil when it's fully developed, and it will lead to the destruction. Now, what can we do? Well, Psalm 36 continues. Verse 5. Your steadfast love, it's like, it drops in. Your steadfast love, O Lord, extends to the heavens. It goes beyond everything, right? Your faithfulness to the clouds. How far do the clouds go? Well, they go all around the world. Your righteousness is like the mountains of God. How are mountains? Immovable. Your judgments are like the great deep. How deep is the ocean? Well, it's the deepest thing we have on this planet. Man and beast you save, O Lord. That's how we get saved, by the goodness of God. Then a repetition on the steadfast love. How precious is your steadfast love, O Lord? Now it has been far and wide and big. Now it comes close like a wedding ring. How precious is your steadfast love, O Lord? The children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wings. It's a protective layer that God gives above us. They feast on the abundance of your house. You give them drink from the river of your delights. There's a goodness that can come that overwhelms you in the love of God. For with you is the fountain of life, and in your light we do see light. That sentence just blows my mind, because I have nothing to say about it other than it is true. When you're with God, your life gets renewed, and in his light you really see what's good, and you really see light for itself. And here's the prayer that you and I can pray. Verse 10, Oh, continue your steadfast love to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright of heart. Let not the foot of arrogance come upon me. Let me not be like those who are arrogant and thinks there is no God, nor the hand of the wicked drive me away. Let me not be pulled away with people who are that way. They're the evildoers lie fallen. They're thrust down, unable to rise. Wow. Okay. Strategy against evil? Focus on the goodness of God. That's how simple it is. Now, take some time and start to read verses 5 to 9 a couple of times until you see the goodness of God. Maybe read it outside where you see the clouds, where you see the sky, where you can watch the mountains, where you can think about the great deep. Look at the close things like what is precious to you, and start to reimagine that psalm for you and see what it changes in your heart. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful week. This Sunday, we're starting again with, we're going to bless the children that are starting with school. We're going to inform everybody what's planned for semester 2, like quarter 3 and 4 at C3 Zürich. And we are excited to see you back in church. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.